Hi, I'm Bishop Anya. Thanks for coming to the Gathering of Christ Church Cleveland YouTube page. Don't forget to hit the bell, choose all notifications, click like, comment, and subscribe.
This is the GOCC Sabbath recap portion, and the title was The Gods of the Nations, or Idols, Part 2. So we're going to have our Brother Jerome come up and give a recap of that lesson.
The gods of the other nations are idols, part 2. Okay. In this recap, I will be going over the lessons from last week titled The Gods of the Other Nations are Idols. I've broken this recap down into 3 different questions that will answer shall give us a clear understanding of exactly why serving other gods is forbidden and what it leads to. Why do Ahia call the gods of other nations idols? Let's start the book of Deuteronomy 17, 2-3. If there be found among you within any of the gates which the Lord thy God giveth thee, man or woman, that hath wrought wickedness in the sight of the Lord thy God, transgression has covenant. 3. And hath gone and served other gods and worshiped them, either the sun or moon or any other host of heaven, which I have not commanded. From the beginning, the Most High made it clear that the gods of the nations, whether idols of stone, carved images, or wood, are work of man, hands, and not the Creator. Idols cannot create life, grant salvation, or deliver us from judgment, as Abraham brought to life when he destroyed all the idols of the father's house. What are the dangers of following these idols? We see the answers in Kings 11, 4-6. For it came to pass, when Solomon was old, that his wives turned away his heart after other gods, and his heart was not perfect with the Lord his God, as wasted hearts of David his father. For Solomon went after Ashtoreth, the god of the Zidonians, and after Milcom, the abomination of the Ammonites. And Solomon did evil in the sight of the Lord, and went not fully after the Lord, as did David his father. The danger is simple but severe. Turning to idols is a different rejection of Ahia covenant. We see here with Solomon as the surrounded himself with women who served other gods eventually started to rub off on him, leading him down a dark path. Idolatry is a stumbling block that brings destruction, not blessing. How should we respond when surrounded by nations that serve other gods? Joshua 24, 14-15 gives the answer. 14, now therefore fear the Lord and serve him sincerely and in truth, but put away the gods which your fathers served on other sides of the flood and in Egypt, and serve ye the Lord. 15. And it seemed evil unto you to serve the Lord. Choose this day whom ye will serve, whether the gods which your fathers served, that there were on the other side of the flood, or the gods of Amorites, in which land ye dwell. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. Our response must be separate. Our response must be to separate ourselves from practices tied to idols, even if the world normalized them, and serve a higher, along with a pure heart. When we look back at Exodus chapter 32, we see how Aaron was pursued by the people to create a golden calf, which they learned about during their time in Egypt, where idols worship was extremely common. Hopefully this recap was able to refresh your memory as well as strengthen your resolve to avoid the pitfalls of idolatry and serve only the living power, Ahaya Sabbath Shalom.